Nobody expected the legend to walk through those doors, but there he was, Larry Bird, the Hick from French Lick, standing before the two brightest stars in the WNBA and announcing he'd be their new coach. Instant goosebumps rippled through the arena. After all, when a Hall of Famer of his caliber decides to lace up coaching sneakers again, the basketball world stops and takes notice. What could possibly draw Bird back to the sidelines after a quarter century away, and why would he choose the Indiana Fever of all places? Stick around, because in the next few minutes you're going to find out how this pairing could rewrite the playbook for women's professional basketball. When Larry Bird took over the Indiana Pacers bench in 1997, he inherited a team that had never advanced past the second round of the playoffs. In 3 seasons, he forged a 147-67 regular season mark, a .687 winning percentage that remains among the best in franchise history, and propelled the Pacers to the 1999 Eastern Conference Finals and the 2000 NBA Finals. Bird's methods were ruthlessly efficient. He drilled fundamentals, precise footwork, spacing, and passing until they became instinctive. Practices began with relentless defensive rotations and close-out drills designed to suffocate opponents. Offensively, he favored a motion offense system that emphasized ball movement, backdoor cuts, and high-percentage mid-range shots. He distilled complex play diagrams into 3 or 4 core principles, ensuring every player, from all-stars to role players, knew exactly where to be and when. His leadership style combined a blue-collar work ethic with meticulous preparation. Bird arrived at the arena hours before teammates, pored over scouting reports, and annotated video breakdowns by hand. He demanded accountability, missed assignments, drew no grudges, only clear correction and immediate repetition until perfection was achieved. Teammates responded with fierce loyalty, often crediting Bird's clarity and consistency for elevating their own games. Now, amid Caitlin Clark's breakout rookie season, 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and a first playoff berth since 2016, the Fever front office has quietly explored whether Bird's unforgiving standards and adaptive intelligence can translate to the WNBA. But this time, it's not men's hoops calling. In just 2 seasons, the Indiana Fever have flipped the script from lottery fodder to must-see entertainment. Television ratings have surged by over 60%, with peak viewership numbers rivaling early season NBA matchups. Merchandise, jerseys, hats, even specialty basketballs sells out within hours of each release, and the team's hashtag trends nationally on game nights. Social media engagement now eclipses many established NBA franchises during their preseason. Inside the Fever front office, executives credit this explosion to Caitlin Clark's arrival, and they've grown convinced that matching her on-court brilliance with a coaching icon could cement Indiana's dominance. Behind closed doors, sources say management floated unprecedented offers. Full equity participation in team growth initiatives, sweeping control over scouting and analytics departments, and even co-ownership consideration tied to long-term performance milestones. Those enticements reportedly lured several retired NBA coaches to the table for initial talks. Yet when Bird's name surfaced, Indiana's own blue-collar legend who personifies the state's basketball soul, their boardroom buzz reached a fever pitch no other candidate could match. Last season, Clark burst onto the professional stage like a supernova, dropping 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game in her rookie campaign. She didn't just turn heads, she broke records, leading the Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016. Home crowds swelled to an average of over 17,000 fans, and television broadcasts regularly topped 1 million viewers, figures that even Bird's Pacers never consistently achieved. There's been a lot of buzz online about how Clark's basketball IQ meshes perfectly with Bird's fundamental style. Fans are speculating that with Bird's mentorship, she could sharpen her court vision even further, becoming not just a prolific scorer but the ultimate on-court general. Imagine Clark executing a Bird-style motion offense, feeding cutters with pinpoint passes and knocking down mid-range jumpers. This rumor sounds too good to be true, but sources say both Bird and Clark have quietly expressed mutual admiration behind closed doors. Sophie Cunningham, currently lighting it up with the Phoenix Mercury, averaged a solid 8.2 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game last season, shooting 36.7% from downtown. Known for her defensive grit and willingness to chase every loose ball, Cunningham brings that blue-collar mentality Bird treasures. Rumors suggest Fever management is exploring a blockbuster trade to reunite Cunningham with Clark in Indiana, though it would require intricate salary cap maneuvers and savvy draft pick shuffling. If Cunningham joins, Bird would have two floor generals who demand the ball and thrive in transition, freeing him to emphasize half-court sets and lockdown defense. Reports claim he's already drawn up plays to leverage Cunningham's catch-and-shoot prowess alongside Clark's playmaking, creating mismatches that few WNBA teams could counter. But will the league's cap restrictions and rival GMs stand in the way? Roster logistics aside, the real intrigue lies in how the Fever's culture will evolve. Christie Sides navigated the Fever through Caitlin Clark's rookie whirlwind, excelling under the glare of national media and guiding Indiana to its first playoff berth in 8 years. Yet front office insiders believe true transformation demands a new architect, and they see Larry Bird as that game changer. Sources say Bird secured not just a coaching contract, but an executive-level title granting veto power over player development, scouting hires, and the team's analytics roadmap. Blueprints for the revamped practice facility already circulate. Stations dedicated to shooting mechanics drilled to perfection, defensive rotation labs replicating game-speed scenarios, and a centralized film bunker where Bird's hand-annotated Pacers footage sits alongside advanced opponent breakdowns. He plans to overlay his time-tested drills, close-out footwork, post-entry passes, drop coverage techniques with real-time data metrics, shooting efficiency heat maps, turnover risk models, and wearable tech fatigue readouts. The goal is a fully integrated system where old-school muscle meets modern science. Veteran players will endure Bird's signature accountability circles, where film mistakes are dissected in person, while rookies enter fundamentals boot camp designed to ingrain core skills before any playbook is drawn up. Behind the scenes, he's rumored to have pushed for a dedicated analytics team reporting directly to him, an unheard-of structure in the WNBA. If he succeeds, the Fever won't just win games, they'll set a new standard for how a professional women's team trains, prepares, and innovates. Bird's mere presence would send ticket sales through the roof. Imagine season tickets sold out before training camp opens, local youth programs flooding with aspiring Fever players wearing number 33rd. Sponsorship deals would skyrocket. A recent leak suggests major brands are circling, eager to attach themselves to this cross-gender basketball revolution. The national media frenzy alone could eclipse even the NBA's Summer League coverage. There's been talk that broadcast partners are renegotiating TV deals to feature more Fever games, betting on Bird's debut as must-see television. This level of attention could elevate every WNBA franchise's profile, forcing rivals to consider equally bold moves. But beyond dollars and ratings, there's a deeper cultural shift. Bird's endorsement of women's basketball sends a powerful message that this sport demands respect and recognition on par with men's leagues. And across the league, other teams are standing at attention. Across the WNBA, general managers are scrambling to upgrade their sideline leadership. In recent weeks, teams from Seattle to Las Vegas have vetted candidates with proven NBA pedigrees, former conference finals assistants, championship-winning head coaches, and celebrated college tacticians. Sources report that at least 5 franchises have held preliminary discussions with Dwayne Wade's inner circle about a potential women's basketball transition, while whispers swirl of Steve Kerr receiving a discreet outreach. If Larry Bird's Indiana experiment pays off, it will validate the notion that elite men's league minds can translate into WNBA success, and franchises will rush to replicate that formula. Strategically, this could redefine on-court scheming. Imagine corner 3 rotations calibrated to NBA-level spacing or defensive blitz packages, once reserved for final series, deployed to disrupt WNBA ball screens. Teams might adopt hybrid offensive sets, blending motion offense with pick-and-roll analytics, a tactical fusion driven by coaches steeped in both traditional X's and O's and modern data modeling. Front offices are already projecting budget increases for coaching salaries and analytics staff, betting that a high-profile hire will not only improve win totals, but also drive sponsorship and broadcast revenues. The competitive impact could be seismic. Clubs unable to land marquee coaches may face roster attrition as star players seek programs promising both top-tier mentors and innovative systems. In this fast-evolving environment, the Fever's gamble on Bird isn't just about one franchise's fortunes. It signals the start of an arms race that could elevate coaching standards and reshape the entire league's competitive landscape. Legendary coaching acumen plus generational talent plus a strategic foresight equals nothing less than a basketball revolution. Larry Bird stepping into the WNBA could redefine what success looks like in women's professional hoops, not just in Indiana but across the entire league.